So we resume another quarter. Magnus, what are the highlights in this report?
Well, I think the main highlight is, of course, that we're on a good track with a stable result. We are 1.5 billion over last year, so the same period, 9 months of the last year. I think that shows that we have a momentum going forward. But we have also shown growth in terms of customer business, even though that we can see that competition is also increasing at the same time. We have more capacity on stream when it comes to wind. We just handed in an inauguration of the Pennicumoid, our biggest wind farm onshore. And we have also those new decentral solutions like in-house, where we supply a full set of solutions for housing companies to run their houses from an energy viewpoint. We do that in all the different markets. So I think it's a strong start. But of course we have to face also that we are working with Gulf and we're working with Foxtrot to try and make ourselves more efficient, and that's also something we're pushing now and putting forward in this quarterly result.
Stefan, looking at the quarter isolated, results are overall improved, but are mixed depending on the business area. What's the explanation?
A few points here maybe. Operationally, I think there are two effects to keep in mind. One is we have a typical seasonality. So take heat as an example. In this third quarter, typically there's not much of incoming revenue from the heat business, so that's a typical pattern that we see. What we also saw is a very strong cash flow improvement. That's partially also related to margin calls that we had received because the market is moving in the right direction as well. So there we have a very much strengthened cash flow position, which is good. And operational wise, we have two aspects maybe that's worth highlighting. On the customer side, although we have a significant growth in customers and continue to grow, margins are under pressure. So if you want, the bottom line is under pressure. So therefore we need to keep pace with also working on the cost side and the efficiency side. And then in wind, we have a growth along with the inauguration with the new wind farms and the commercial operation date of these new wind farms coming in. So that's contributing, of course, direct contribution, while at the same time we had some issues with cable outages, which of course then has put lower production than planned, and that's reflected in the numbers.
One of the key takeaways in the report is the new nuclear tax reduction in Sweden. What does this mean for the decision to invest in independent cooling system in Ringhals?
Well, to start with, we were quite clear about the fact that if we can't get this tax away, we will have a significant issue with taking those lifetime prolongation investments. We have taken the investment in Forsmark, and of course we are now investigating to also take that investment in Ringhals. Now it's a decision for the board and also in Ringhals they have to take this decision. So I think we are not yet there, but I'm very hopeful about that. But it also shows how important it is for us that we have this nuclear tax issue sort of taken off the table.
Overall, electricity prices seem to be improving. Should we be more optimistic about the outlook?
I think we shouldn't get too excited seeing now a pickup of prices. We are definitely improving, so that's the good news. Fundamentally, the markets in which we're operating are mainly still oversupplied. There will be more pressure coming from decentral solutions, from more renewables. Big question will be what happens maybe with the CO2 floor price on the continent. So there's quite a number of ingredients that can make life better or worse. Structurally, the oversupply should leave the market over time, but we shouldn't overinterpret the current pickup in prices.
Stefan, we recently announced a major review of our staff functions. Any news you can tell us, updates or news on the timeline?
I think the timeline is, as we said, that by end of the year we should come with a more detailed plan of where do we exactly want to take out which cost and what changes will we do, because it's not only about taking out costs, but it's really changing the way we work, staff and support functions. I would say we're now in the phase of reviewing all the proposals that are on the table, and we know it's causing pain, so it's not coming for free. And it's now making trade-offs to say, okay, what is a smart or a not so smart way of changing things, and then see the overall picture. I think we're well underway. I'm sure we will, or Vattenfall will deliver on the target, but it comes now into a more intense phase, but timeline is unchanged. Hopefully before end of the year, there should be more detailed plans coming out.
Stefan, of course, this is your last report as the CFO for Vattenfall, and you resume a career of nearly 2 decades at Vattenfall. Any takeaways or comments, thoughts you want to share?
I think there's not so much I can kind of share or give Magnus good advice on, of course. I can only say and repeat what I've been saying. I'm not running away from Vattenfall because Vattenfall has given me so much over the nearly 20 years now. It's given me tremendous opportunities. I've also seen Vattenfall constantly changing, maybe more than some people would have wanted, but I think it's the right thing to do. So I'm super optimistic that Vattenfall will continue to do extremely well without me. Of course, maybe better with me, but such is life. And I'm looking on Vattenfall and my time at Vattenfall back very, very happily.
Magnus, any comment?
Yeah, of course, Stefan's time here as CFO has been much too short. You are an excellent person in many ways, and I was very happy when you joined us to take care of that function. Now you are leaving early because you get new opportunities, and personally I believe that you should always take those opportunities when you get them. So I have full understanding for that. And of course it's a pity that Stefan leaves, but we also have a very good solution, I believe, now internally with Anna Borg following suit. We have an internal solution. Anna has the right drive. I can clearly see that to take on the task, because it's not only to work with finances, it's to work with changing the company. If you see now, as you have worked with the golf project, to take it over, to keep momentum in all those things, Foxtrot, golf, everything we do is so important. And then we also have Nick and Hollander to take over in markets, which is a prepared, sort of almost prepared solution. So we will get a smooth changeover. I think it shows the strength of our company. But of course, coming back to the leaving of Stefan, you've been an excellent person to work with. You have a nice humor, and you bring, you make your people around you drive in a good direction. So we just want to wish you the best of luck in your new task. And so thank you for so many years you have had with us, and for the work you've done recently also.
So this is the last quarter report video for this year. Do you have any messages or thoughts you want to share?
Well, I mean, perhaps Stefan would like to say good luck to us, as you did. I think we are in a good shape. I think it's very important, again, as we always stress, that we have one foot on the accelerator, because we're investing a lot of money, expanding on one side, but we're also looking to ways of becoming more efficient on the other side. Typically projects like Foxtrot and golf, that some people, it's affecting people, I know that, but it's also very important to keep those things at the same time, and that the company is really developing in the right way. And with our purpose, which I think is exceptionally strong, to power climate smarter living, we show proof points. And we have done so also now with in-house, we have new decentralized solutions that we are also presenting during this quarter. So I think there's a great future for a company like Vattenfall.
Thank you both, and best of luck to you, Stefan.